Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. This is Gordon from Grin and Goggle Gaming, and with me I have my awesome players for our final episode for the year. We will come back again early January at some point. I will post it when I have a better date. At this point, it is the Great Unknown. As normal, as usual, Alan as Xerxes, Mickey as Siren, Byron as Cyan, Peter as Corollas, Richard as Carcarius, and Neville as Beirut. When last we saw our heroes, they had survived, barely, another attack by the Sahagin. And as we rejoined them on the deck of the ship, the surviving dwarves are busy tossing bodies overboard, and you see old Doris lift one up, put it across her shoulders, and just like give like those weightlifters, just shrug it off the side of and she's gone and dumped the Baron basically overboard, the big fella, and she kind of like follows it up with a nice big hocking spit, and you guys are now effectively with that out of combat and that. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Or are we just going to continue with the journey? No, I'm talking about while you're still on the ship. You're still a couple of days away from Seaton itself.
To inspect chest that we risk our lives for.
Oh, sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there, Richard.
I want to inspect the chest that we risked our lives for.
You want to inspect it?
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you inspecting it for?
I don't think we're allowed to open it.
I'm not opening. I'm just looking at the outside, seeing if there's any markings or if I can tell what it's made of and why it's so heavy, type thing, without opening.
I am going to give you that information now. So I was just making a note of Ellen's role for the other thing. Let's have a look what information I can give you. Just trying to get my notes. And so, that's very interesting. I'm trying to figure out what I can ask you. Make me an investigation roll. Investigation or Arcana if you are...
Yeah. They're going to be the same.
You can't really tell. All you know is this thing seems to be unaffected by, being half submerged in seawater. There's no rust or any kind of degradation in whatever composite it's made out of. It's still shiny and blue. It's still heavy as fuck. You can't see anywhere. There doesn't seem to be a seam at all. It just seems to be every side is solid. There's not even a place that you can even try to pry open, basically.
Okay.
What materials?
I don't know.
Make a nature check. Nature or possibly history.
Ooh, okay.
Nope.
No.
You guys have no idea what the hell this stuff is made out of.
We're too weary from the battle.
Apparently so. Anything else you want to try with it?
No, I'm good.
Well,
What does it feel like?
It's like cool and smooth. There doesn't even seem to be any kind of a grain to it. What were you going to ask, Peter?
if I thud it with my quarterstaff, does it make a metallic clank or a wooden thud?
Metallic clank.
So it's metallic. Well,
It's made out of some sort of metal.
would I know of what metal it would be made out of?
Nature or history check? Do you not have something because you're a dwarf? There's something, wasn't there?
Stone.
Stone cutting.
Only stone.
Well, I am a smith.
Same.
Make a history check.
History check. I'm checking now which is the best.
And I'll allow you to add your. Well, are you proficient in history?
No.
Okay, I'll allow you to add your proficiency bonus. You'll get a +2 to it because you're a dwarf.
I could have helped you.
Could you?
Yeah.
Are you proficient?
I haven't rolled yet.
In history, yeah.
Fully proficient.
Fully proficient in history.
Well, roll with advantage then and get your +2.
Okay. I'll put +2 in retroactively.
That's fine. All right, that's not bad. 21.
21.
So with a 21, you understand something about this metallurgy that is used to construct this box. It seems to be some sort of alloy made out of what seems to you, if you look at it, it doesn't quite make sense. You know mithril to be exquisitely lightweight, that's why it's so prized, and yet this box is heavy as fuck. But you are damn certain that at least one of the metals in this alloy is mithril. Maybe to give it strength or to make it a bit easier to enchant. The other material you're not certain of, but it almost seems to be otherworldly. It's nothing. It's nothing that you've encountered as a dwarf.
Okay, I'll relay this information to the group.
Cool.
Sorry, I have to try something quickly.
Okay.
Don't shoot it. Ding.
Ding.
Did he even hit it?
Yeah, you hit it. It's a
No,
stationary box.
no. I'm not attacking anything. I just noticed something new in Fantasy Grounds Unity, and I just want to see what it does. Okay, it doesn't do anything.
The hands.
Yeah,
Yes.
It does do
because in the
something.
offhand, it's not supposed to.
It's not supposed to add your proficiency
Proficiency.
unless you've got.
Yeah, unless you got dual wielding, and it's added the proficiency to my
Oh,
attack.
has it? Because
Yeah.
it does change it if you've got a staff to two-handed weapon stats. So that might
Yeah,
be
this
a bit-
dagger I set is offhand, so it's not supposed to have
Okay.
the proficiency bonus.
Interesting. Must
Okay, sorry, I had to try
with
that.
it. There might be something under the options now for that. Unfortunately, that's something new that they've added that I was not even aware of. I don't see anything under the options though.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll figure it out. I want to do some studying on FTU this December break to see all the new features. I will go through the manual. But anyway, so yeah, you tell them about the composition of this chest's metal. Is there anything you guys want to do next?
Drink.
Drink.
I'm still going to be drinking downstairs
Well, the good news
directly
is
after the fight.
the dwarves, they carry on with their watch through the night, some of them, but the rest of them join you downstairs, and they do a very dwarven thing. They're basically holding a wake for all the sailors who lost their lives, and they are drinking. Some of them are drinking a little bit less than others because, well, they are on the next watch duty, but they are drinking.
I take it Kitty Cersei's and myself are definitely joining them. They don't care about anybody else, though. They can do guard duty.
No, cool. Alrighty. So, anything else anybody wants to do, or shall we fast forward time?
I'm good with fast
I'm all
forwarding.
good.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
all good.
Awesome. So, over the next 2 days, I want you to make during the daytime of the next day in particular, I want you all to make a perception roll for me, because I'm assuming you're going to be a little bit on deck at some point. I want to see if you notice
I'll
something.
probably still help with shifts when I can during the day.
Cool.
Yeah, same.
So, but perception rolls, everybody. Oh, wow.
Hey, Bims.
Poor Bims.
What's the high rolls today?
Perception.
He's shocked that he almost died.
All right.
Wow, we're all
Has
perceptive.
somebody not rolled? Yes, Siren. Nope.
I have food.
Carcarius, you are the only one that notices it. Off on the horizon. Actually, wait. Let me see if the lookout notices it. Nope, the lookout also misses it. As you're busy watching the horizon, you make out 3 sails, 3 ships that seem to be heading in your direction, but at a slight angle, almost as if they are moving to intercept.
Ships ahead.
Pirates!
Immediately
The
after you
ships
say
ahead.
that, you hear the guy in the lookout go, "Ships ahead!"
Wow.
Can we just
I'll just give him like a knowing glance that he fucked up.
Sorry, what was that, Byron?
Can we presume we rested?
Oh, yes, you have. Sorry, I just haven't done the clicky click. There we go. The party has taken a long rest. As you watch these ships, I mean, you're carrying on the course towards Seaton. As they start getting a little bit closer to you, you start picking out details. And as you've brought out, or brought it to the attention of the rest of the crew as well, you hear Captain Wolgar say, "Those are the Duke's ships. I wonder if they're coming to escort us in. It's a bit strange, 3 of them." And he starts speaking to one of his crew members, and you see this crew member runs off, and a couple of minutes later he comes back on deck and he's got this box basically. And as he opens it, you see there's an assortment of flags. And he takes out a couple of poles, and you see he balances himself on the rail, and he starts making flags. Basically, there's some sort of signs being exchanged. Were you going to say something?
Who's the person in our group that knows like ships well?
Isn't it?
Sign.
I'll lean over to Sion. It's like, is he dancing to the other ships?
Yes, it's a kind of dance that they use to communicate, much like birds.
Okay.
This is how
What?
ships mate. This is how you get little baby ships.
Aww.
It really is beautiful.
Baby ships.
As I say, looking at the squat dwarf, like thrusting himself around.
Beautiful
but
wouldn't be the word I would choose, but okay.
it's certainly interesting. But you notice that there are some ships on the other side. And Wolgar has basically got you guys in a gaggle near him if you want to be. And he's basically translating. He says, "Those are the Duke's men. Apparently there have been reports of pirates, or at least sea lord activity, sea prince activity, near Seaton. And they are on patrol. We have let them know that we are peaceful and on our way to port. As we're a single ship, I think they believe our story, and I think they also confirming that they recognize our ship having been in port with them at some point in the last couple of weeks.
I think.
And this communication goes on for a short time more, and then those ships start veering away.
Wait, Captain, before you tell them goodbye, tell them we need an escort of 1 ship. We're on a special mission from the Duke.
Oh, God.
Why would we want to make that known?
I'll chip in and I'll say no, don't tell them that.
These are the Duke's men, aren't they?
I want to gag Cyan.
I see
We
we've got a
don't know
sack
where
in the
we're running
rubbish.
to.
Maybe unpleasant people are on board. Or on board.
So Wolgar is standing there a little bit confused. He's like, so am I flagging them?
No.
Or not?
Ignore him.
Mm-mm.
No.
Well, all right, but if we're attacked by pirates, don't say I didn't say I told you so.
If we're attacked by pirates, you're on the front line, as
Yeah.
usual.
As usual.
And you were right.
So, the storm of the night before has pretty much abated, but it's still kind of overcast, and there's a good wind that's assisting you guys. So you're making good time. You don't notice any other ships on your way, except for when you start getting really close to Seaton the next morning. As you're approaching the harbor, something that strikes you immediately is there are far fewer masts in the port than when you left. As you get closer and you start getting, waved down by the dock masters and things, and assigned a berth, the ships that you're seeing around you look mostly merchant vessels. You see some flying flags of some of the surrounding kingdoms and that. Interestingly, you guess that there's probably only about 20% of the military vessels left in port at this point. It looks like the vast majority have been set to work, sent out. So whatever threat has happened, the Duke is taking it very seriously to send out most of the Navy.
It looks like we may have missed something.
Probably more Sagan.
Mapper.
As the ship gets tied down and tied up, whatever you want to call it, Doris and good old Captain Wolgar, deaf as he is, come stomping up to you and shake your hands and say, "It was a pleasure to have you on board. Sorry about that mess with the Sahagan, but you are very lucky to have on board. First, we survived the giant frickin' octopus thing. Not so much the Emperor of the Waves, but that's Aubreck's business. My favor to him is done. And then your assistance with the Sahagan. You were supposed to stay in your cabin, but I feel you need a little bit of compensation for that." And Doris heaves a big sack, a big coin pouch in your direction. And he says, and Wolgar says, "We don't really have much use for this except for trading, purposes. But maybe you would have better use to resupply yourselves, etc." And he basically hands you 100 platinum pieces.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, Captain. Thank you.
Thank you.
He
Take
says-
off your hat and say thank you.
I'd like to give Captain Woolgar my captain's hat as a thank you.
Good luck.
Wasn't it glued on?
I've shaved.
Yep.
I've cut it. I've cut all the hair attached to the hat.
Oh yeah,
off.
aren't you running around like a monk now?
Oh
Huh.
no.
But I need someone to finish shaving it off.
So
No,
you
we're
basically
leaving
got
it like
this
that.
very badly done monk's tonsure. The hair going around the side.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, I need someone to cut the rest off, but I kind of bow slightly and present the hat to the captain as thanks.
So is the hair still attached to the inside of the hat?
No, goodness, no. It's all, as you can see, it's all been shaven away. I've shaved it all away with a very sharp knife I borrowed.
But there's still a little bit of stubble in places. But Wolgar is you can almost see this gruff, burly, very, very deaf dwarf. There's a tear in his eye. And he says, "Nobody's ever given me a captain's hat before. It is an honor, sir."
Guide
And he
you well
bows.
on the oceans.
And as he raises his head again, he plops the hat onto his head. He plops the head onto his hat. Whoops. And he says, if you ever find yourself sailing northern waters, know that you have an ally sailing with you, if you ever see us.
Thank you, and know that Osprey is your ally.
And you just see the old dwarf that was all tattered out and that. He just, like, guffaws from a slight distance away. And he says in a voice that is not one that you haven't actually heard his speaking voice. All you've heard is his chanting voice, which was that gruff, weird voice. It sort of reverberated as he was casting whatever magics he was using, and his normal speaking voice is actually kind of high pitched. And he says, "You're darn tooting right. Goodbye."
I joke.
Bye.
What?
And he kind of like goes and makes himself busy somewhere else on the ship, and you guys are free to leave to disembark. Who is carrying the box?
Nope.
I'll mage hand.
I'll try.
Oh.
But, yeah, someone help me, please.
Mage
Shit is
hand
heavy.
is not
Yeah,
going to
I'll
cover
help.
it. I don't think
And
mage
no,
hand.
no, like 2 people are going to carry it, but I'm going to mage hand help them.
Alan's mage hand is just that guy that's helping lift, but there's too many people, so he's just got like 2 fingers on
Just
it.
on it, yeah, absolutely. I agree. All right, so
I'll help.
what is your combined strength then?
Well, I've got a 13.
Yours,
So it's
Abel?
23.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, that's fine. So you're gonna move a little bit slower, 10 feet slower. Where are you heading
Not
to now?
we're in a
This is-
hurry.
This is at about probably around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I think
Straight
we'll-
Aubreck.
yeah. Let's just get rid of this fucking heavy chest.
I
Can't
had
we get like a cart or something?
Pretty sure this would break a cart.
just carry it. You guys are strong enough.
Or a dolly.
You can carry it. There are some hand carts and things that you could perhaps ask one of the dock workers to borrow.
Is
You
there an open hand cart nearby that we can just chuck it in
Sure.
without asking first to see if it breaks it?
Yeah, you put it
Oh.
on. It does creak a little bit, but you test it and the wheels still go. So you think
You
it's
guys-
definitely more comfortable.
do you guys think the Duke's married by now?
One of
Possibly.
the dock workers overhears you and says, "Nah, Duke's not married."
Yet. Okay.
Who will you get married to?
Man,
Didn't he say he was gonna marry some girl?
I don't remember that.
Neither
You
You
do I.
guys, you guys weren't.
No,
Why?
Mickey's remembering right.
Yeah.
There was a marriage proposal on the table.
Yes.
When you
Oh
guys were
yes,
at
but wasn't it to a boy?
No.
I was there at the back of the party when we delivered this.
Alright. So you guys are all heading off to Aubreck's place. You are pretty much left alone. You can see in town as well, there are many guardsmen patrolling. These aren't like normal, towns guards that are wearing serviceable armor and kind of. These guys are armed to the teeth. They're wearing heavy armor. Some of them. There's definitely still that sense that the entire town or city actually is still on high alert. But as you're making your way through the town towards Aubreck's place, you're met at his door again by that very taciturn butler, who, eyeing the chest, because he knows full well it is what it is, he says, "Quickly, you fools, get in here with that," as he opens the door wide to let you all in.
Wow.
And he like sticks his head out and looks up and down the street, and then closes it and locks it. And he says, "Follow me. The master will be most pleased to see you." And he stomps off down the passageway directly to, Alan, Xerxes would remember this because you were the only one here, I think, or Was Carolus too? I'm trying to remember.
I think Peter came with me the second time.
Yeah. So you guys would be familiar with the route taken to Aubreck's study. The rest of you guys have not met him yet, but as soon as you enter, you see this man. He's got like ink stains on his hand. He's busy reading what appears to be reports of some sort. The furniture in this place is old. Most of it is nice, but you can see it does look a little bit run down. The carpet should have been replaced years ago. Some of the, like animal heads and stuff on the wall, decorating the wall, are looking a little bit moth-eaten. But he stands up immediately and walks around the desk and says, "Quickly, put the chest right here on my desk, if you wouldn't mind. It will take a little bit of effort."
Can we partially drop it on his desk?
Sure.
Yes.
That.
Like
Give me-
as we get it to like just over the desk, just let go.
Give me
Yeah, just to emphasize the weight.
Give me strength checks. Whoever is dropping it. Is it still Calcareous and Beirut carrying?
Oh god
I'm
damn
also
it!
helping.
It was so close to 15.
Come on, Neville.
Maychan!
Oh no. You guys try to lift it up, but you can't do it. You just drop it in front of the table.
It's going to be under the table.
Next to it. And immediately Aubreck kneels down and he runs a hand over it. And he whispers something. Would you guys like to give me a perception check, please, for hearing?
God damn.
Wow. A 1 and a 2, Richard.
Yep.
2 16s for Bims.
Well, perception, eh?
20 for
Oh no, wow.
Siren.
3 16s.
21 for Cyan. Nice. Wow. Xerxes is 16. A Beirut is 17. Flip. Those are some... Actually, Siren was a 16 on the dice. Bims, 2 to 16. Cyan is 16. Xerxes is 16. Okay, Beirut 15. And Carolus an 18. Well, the good news is everybody except for Carcarius hears what is said. It is Tildavarius. And you see there's a seam of light that appears about, not quite halfway, let's say about 2/3 of the way up the side of the box. And you hear an audible, almost like, like on sci-fi movies when an airlock unseals.
Yeah.
You hear that kind of a exhalation of air. And as he opens the box, you see that in these nice, neat little black compartments are various documents. And you see some of them have very official looking seals on them. Some of them have got gold and silver wax on them as well. And he breathes this heavy sigh of relief. And he says, "You guys have done well. What of the ship? What happened to the Emperor of the Waves?"
I'll start laughing loud.
I'll tell it.
It sank.
What's he laughing at?
Got attacked by a giant octopus and almost died.
But
It
Not
sank.
him.
Yeah, your ship is no longer yours.
It was infested with spiders.
And demons.
And that weird person.
we will chalk that up to unfortunate events, and perhaps I can file an insurance claim. But nonetheless, I am extremely pleased that you have managed to procure this. And he closes the box again, and he kind of just sits on it. And he says, "It will take me a little bit of time, a day or two, to get your payment converted. But I'm a man of my word. I think we agreed to 15,000 gold pieces."
What
Yeah.
I'll look at Xerxes. You're the one who made the deal.
10% of the title deed, which amounts to approximately 15k. So yeah, I'm just saying that to the party so that everyone knows. But I'll just say to Aubreck, that is correct.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the party sheet so long because I mean you will get paid this. He's not gonna screw you guys out of it because you guys are friends with the Duke. Well, friends, loosely speaking.
He also now knows that we took on a Kraken and won. So
Yep. He's not the bravest soul. The butler, the half-orc, he's sort of just like standing there watching all this and he seems to be sort of pleased that his master's fortunes are back on the rise. You kind of get the impression that he's not pleased that his master's giving so much of his reclaimed fortune to you guys. But I'm going to distribute this.
More money.
It's not
Wow.
bad. I mean, it's
Holy
17 platinum pieces each, and then 2,500 gold pieces each.
I have so much money.
I think this is the most money Clickarius has seen in a very long time.
Ever.
The really difficult thing for you guys is how you're going to carry it all.
In platinum pieces.
We can get a wheelbarrow.
Now, luckily, you guys do have a bag of holding. And with that, remember last week I gave you the extra XP as well from completing Aubreck's quest? So you guys are officially level 5 as of this moment.
Well, now we get to try the level up button.
Sheet.
Don't touch it.
Say that again, sorry, Alan.
And before we start doing turns for leveling up and all that,
Wait. Don't try the level up button. Do it the old-fashioned way, if possible. I have backups of your characters from that I did now before we all logged on. But when we tried it on, it was at Sunday, hey Mickey? Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of fucked up a little bit. I don't know if it's because of those characters that were pre-made. So just be wary about using the new feature.
What is this?
so before we start leveling up and stuff, can I go and sell the stuff in the party sheet?
Well, you guys can do that. Basically, what we're moving into now is, excuse me, a period of downtime. Over this period of downtime, a few things are going to happen. You are going to be able to meet with the Duke. You will then also be receiving your ship and your papers of mark. Basically entitling you to whatever spoils, lesser percentage paid back to the crown for any pirate vessels that you come across and manage to defeat. You are also given trading rights. So you are not going to be accounted as smugglers if you are trading certain goods like metals, which are currently being kind of restricted. Another thing that's going to happen is, of course, your ship is going to be completely handed over to you, so you guys can go and explore that. It's got a new paint job. It has all the upgrades. It is now still classed as a sailing ship, but you do have access to weaponry on that ship. So I'm going to make the Wave Piercer available to you guys. And you guys basically have, I think it's on the front of the ship you have a ballista, and on the back of the ship you have a mangonel, which is basically a small catapult.
Ooh.
Something to also keep in mind, the ship has a cargo capacity of 100 tons.
All the early kinds.
Metric tons.
Ship of holding.
Peter, I have no idea. It just says tons. Creature capacity. The vessel has a crew of 30 and can carry 20 passengers. So basically, the way this is going to work for now is the crew for 1 year and 1 day is going to be paid for by the Duke. After that period, it is at your own expense to hire sailors. Part of that crew is, of course, a contingent of Marines, which are basically specialized fighters, or seaborne fighters. And then, of course, the 20 passengers will include you guys. So you can afford to fit another 14 randos on your ship if you want. Is there anything else of note? I don't think so. Yeah, it's just that you can travel 5 miles per hour. You can travel basically 120 miles a day if the winds are in your favor. All right. So yeah, do you guys want to go ahead and do your leveling up? Or shall we do that after I give you one more piece of information? As part of your training and everything, or part of your downtime, should I say, while you're busy training, don't forget, and this is going to be a frickin' pittance now, please deduct 40 gold pieces each for your training costs. It's going to take 20 days, so you basically have a month in port or in the surrounds to get used to your ship. You're basically going to be doing some training exercises. I will give you the information, but you guys have specific positions. I'm trying to recall who was what. The cook was Beirut.
Yeah.
The surgeon Carcarius, quartermaster Xerxes, bosun is Cyan, the first mate is Siren, and the captain. We say, well, I've got here democracy, but I have no idea. Was it shared? What is Cornelis's position? Second mate.
Yeah.
Anchor.
Ah, no.
Best position.
That's me.
Pest control.
Pest control.
All those spiders.
Grief. Well, you could always be the chef's assistant. Cloak isn't adding the AC from the effect. No, it won't. It will add it, however, when things attack you.
Oh, really? So I don't have to add +1 to my AC?
No, I don't think so.
No, it should automatically do it when you get attacked.
Okay, cool.
If you want, I can have the
Well,
ballista
let
attack
me-
you quickly.
Oh, I was going to say, let me try stab him quick.
Nah, ballista is more fun. Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
defense
there it
effects +1. Alright.
You can't stab me.
At a point during your downtime, Carcarius, I believe you carrying the speaking stone.
Yes.
It starts buzzing in your pocket. Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Don't roll damage, don't roll damage, don't roll damage. Testing out a dagger and gets a natural 20. There's your one good roll of the night gone, Alan.
Of the game, of the campaign.
But basically, as you're busy bedding down, or waking up one morning rather, the stone starts buzzing. And as you bring it out, you hear the court wizard, what's his face, old Sharnvale. You hear his voice in your mind, and he says, in a very snotty, snobby way, "It has come to our attention that you have returned to port.
Really?
He travels fast.
Really?
This is the Duke's port. Do not think anything goes unnoticed here.
What if
You
we do?
are required to attend the Duke at your earliest convenience.
Cool, see you in 20 days.
You better make it before 20 days.
Sorry.
He
you
will
say see the
expect you
Duke, or
through the course of this day."
We'll be there.
Am I'm confused. Didn't we just see the Duke?
No.
No, we saw the guy we went to fetch the
Oh, the chest
chest
dude.
for.
Aubreck
Right.
is the merchant dude.
Still hiding behind the party. When we go to the Duke.
All right. So do you guys want to handle that, or do you want to level up first?
Level up.
Level up? Okay, go
Yeah,
for it.
level up.
Let's level up.
So you can ask me questions if you need with the leveling. Like I say, just make sure you deduct that gold.
Do I get spells?
Ooh, destroy undead.
I only get spell slots though.
What do I actually get at this level?
Bird noises.
Yeah, you guys, I must change the sounds now so that you guys are in dock. Where's this thing? Where's this damn thing? Ah, there it is.
Bard spells. Ooh.
Bums, does he level up or get HP?
Sending.
At level 5, he does actually get a little bit of HP. I'm trying to find my note for it. Did I put it as a separate one, maybe?
Words organize the creature. Oh, cool. I can have him
I'm gonna
Message.
adjust Bims's now.
speak with dead, speak with plants. Non-detection.
Roll a d4 for me, please, Ellen.
Tiny hat.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. So he gets a whole 6 points extra health.
Fantastic.
So basically at level 5, 10, 15, and 20, he's going to get a little bit of a health boost.
Sick. Yeah, well, yeah, you can flick him dead, so...
Yeah, now you have to flick him twice.
Critical flick.
Crikey, I've just had a look at how much freaking money this party has. You guys need
Ooh.
a gold sink of some sort. I have a brand new castle I can show you. It has all the latest conveniences.
Siren is saving her money for a special day.
Neville?
Holy shit, this is gonna be
Are
fun.
the coding effects up to date
Yes,
for class features?
they are. Why?
Because I can't find something in it.
What are you looking for?
Just saying, Beacon of Hope is going to be a fun spell. This spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range. For the duration, each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws,
Nice.
and regains maximum number of hit points for any healing.
Nice.
Animal friendship. Wow.
Cyan's not going to die.
I'm not able to add any spells. I go into level up and then I go to spells and there's nothing to add.
Oh, no, don't use the level up thing. Don't use the level up thing. It's broken. Did you already use it? Ew.
Yeah, I changed my thing to 5. I'll change it back to 4.
Do the level up the old-fashioned way. For now, just don't click the save thing there. You can just click cancel and it won't change anything. Yeah, your spells,
What's the old-fashioned method?
Yeah, the old-fashioned method, and then it will add, because it seems to be not adding things under your abilities, like your new features and things. If you level up that way. Then with adding spells, you're just going to open up the spells little tab from the library, and then
Drag it over.
Oh, well,
you keep on wasting your good rolls, Alan.
I get another spell.
Gordon,
Yeah.
quick question. Under spells, when you can choose source, there's standard cleric, but then there's cleric new and cleric optional. And there's spirit shroud.
I believe that is coming from Tasha. which I
Okay.
will allow you guys to use.
Okay, so I can add that.
I have board spells, but
Neville, I'm trying to find that thing for you as well, but I can't remember where it comes from exactly.
Yeah, it's actually fine. It's part of Xanathar's.
Is it not under the expanded spell list? No.
No, it's because it's not a spell. It's not treated as a spell. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'll just take the normal spell and modify it.
Yeah, I think that is actually what happens, eh?
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah. Okay. Now I'll sort it out.
I'm just checking.
I don't know what to pick.
Ah, you idiot.
Yeah, just copy over the spell, Neville, and just change its name.
To what it actually is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise it functions exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just the other feature. You coming right there, Cyan? Byron, should I say?
Holy shit. Level 3 spells are potent for a cleric.
Level 3 spells are potent for everyone.
True.
Level 5 is a biggie.
Yeah, but I was just reading this life transference one. I take 4d8 damage and then give someone double that in health.
That's one of the new spells.
Yeah. I don't know, I just went and just clicked cleric
Oh,
and
no,
I'm
that's
dragging
actually a
whatever spell.
Xanathar. Yeah, you take 4d8 necrotic. Which could be painful.
Oh yeah. I'll be just...
It's like a desperate maneuver. What do you mean?
Oh, I can do that.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I have fast-forwarded the calendar on this thing for a long time. So you guys are now effectively right in the middle of summer. It is Moon Day, the 3rd of Wheel Sun.
Is there a interaction between sneak damage with for rogues and spells?
No. The wording in sneak attack specifically states when you make a weapon attack.
Feign death. What? Haha. No necromancy for me.
Yeah, the attack must be use a finesse or ranged weapon, Alan.
Okay.
So, no, there is no sneak attack fireball. Fireball is, in effect, its own sneak attack.
I'm re-rolling a character.
I'll take hold person. Where is it? What is it?
I'm trying to find, because Alan needs to pay over some money from his ill-gotten gains. But I don't seem to find it now.
Okay, cool.
That's okay.
Neville?
I need you to check something for me. I can't check it from my side, but I need to know if you can check it.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Shit, I don't know where the hell this is. Maybe it's under Xanathar. Collapse all. Why aren't you collapsing everything? Downtime revisited. Nope. Damn. I can't find that thing, but I will find it for you, Ellen, and tell you how much you need to deduct at some point. Or I'll just deduct it for you and inform you. Ha ha ha. So Neville, what do you want me to look at?
If I remember correctly, on your version of the party sheet,
Yes.
you can see all of our characters, where you got our passive perceptions and that.
Yeah.
And you also have our special senses. Do I now have a special sense there?
Yes.
Okay. You know what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
So many options.
Okay, I need one more thing for you to check up, and then that's it. During the downtime activities, it was 1 day to brew a healing potion. Which is the healing potion? That's a 10-day. Is that a superior healing potion, I think?
You know, I literally just had it open and I just closed it. That's part of downtime activities, I think. Crafting an item.
Insight Greed seems a bit broken.
Insight Greed. I think that is... yeah, Neville, a greater healing potion is 1 work week and costs 100 gold pieces. Insight Greed is, I think, an Acquisitions Incorporated spell. You don't have access to those, I think, at this point.
Okay.
I just want to make double sure. Yeah.
It looks pretty broken though.
All the Ac Inc spells are kind of broken. It's on purpose.
Like literally every creature I can see, if they fail a wisdom saving throw, can't do shit. They just walk towards me and stare at a gem.
Yep. They are effectively charmed.
But it's as any creature you see within range. That's
I think it's very similar to like the old. I don't know if they have mass charm. Yeah, they know.
Hey, guys. Quick question, sorry.
Yeah.
Must I drag all the level 3 spells over to my character?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
And
okay,
then,
thanks.
Then
Sorry.
what you'll basically do is you'll go into preparation. And then choose which ones you prepare, which should be your cleric level plus your
Suggestion.
wisdom
Modifier.
mod.
Nice.
I can prepare 10 spells, plus I've got 4 ready.
Yeah, don't forget about your
5 ready as domain.
domain spells, yeah. So Neville, did you want to brew some of those?
Yes, so just throw 2 on for me, because this was 20 days downtime. So, and you said they're 100 normally, so
it's 20 days
100.
downtime for your trading, not for brewing of potions.
I used to brew potions while I was trading.
Not anymore. Like I said, you basically got 30 days of downtime. So 20 of those will be for training. The other 10 you can decide what you want to do with.
Okay, let me ponder that. I'm finished leveling up, so we can go see Dookie Nuki whenever.
Alright. I'm going to put a vote into the thing, into the chat. Naturally, our good friend, the Observer, is.
I'm just dragging over so we can start whenever.
Cool.
Let's just see here.
Just one person.
No, guys, I've got way too many options.
What I'll do is, you don't need to choose right now. What I'll do is I'll leave the server open and you guys can peruse at your leisure.
Something wrong here.
I've got it down to 6.
Does Oceanus level up at all?
Technically, no.
Okay. So he's someone we need to protect for the time being.
Well, he's not that squishy, eh? He has got
Yeah, no, he's
50
decent.
hit points, so yes.
15 hit points.
30, 30.
That's a bit better.
Almost got excited to put him in the front.
Actually, there is something that I would like Oceanus to learn. Are you guys willing to expend some of your treasure to... Well, technically, Oceanus should have gotten a cut of their treasure as well, but anyway.
He got experience.
No, he didn't. That's the problem.
No, he got exposure to the world.
Yeah, experience, not experience points, experience.
Which he is very grateful for, but he also would like to learn the common tongue. So if you would like, while you guys are training, he can use that time to acquire a new language. I just want to see what the costs are involved with it.
Whatever the cost is, I'll cover it for him.
Yeah, I'll put towards it as well.
No, I'll tell you. in a
Hobby.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
need
think
help.
basically only us that can speak to him at the moment.
Yeah. And then
I
we'll
can
still
speak to him
only
as well.
speak to him in Elvish or Aquan.
I can speak Elvish.
But you can't speak Aquan.
Who wants to?
It's his native language.
Who wants to speak to
No,
fish?
he is a sea elf. His native language is Elven.
Oh, is that his native language? Okay.
I'm not Aquaman.
Hey?
I don't want to speak to fish.
No, it looks like they've changed the spell.
It's possible with Tasha that they might have done something to that effect.
Richard,
Yeah.
in our glorious campaign with Green Flame Blades all over the place,
Yeah.
didn't Green Flame Blade give 1d6 fire damage extra per every 5 levels? At 5th level and higher?
Yeah, I
Or
think
was
so.
it always 1d8? Because it's 1d8 now.
No, I think it
No,
was 1d8.
Yeah, it was 1d8.
Was it always 1d8?
Yeah, it's just at first level there were no extra damage things, and then you got
Yeah.
the 1d8 later on.
And then at 5th, okay, it's 1d8. Okay. No, I thought for some reason I thought it was 1d6.
Mm.
Alright, so you can learn a language with enough free time in the services of an instructor. Luckily, Common is a common language, so there are plenty of instructors. Typically takes 10 work weeks. Shit. Okay. This is
But it's
reduced
common.
by a number of work weeks equal to the character's intelligence modifier. Training costs 25 gold pieces per work week. So how smart is Oceanus? 11, so he gets no modifier. But I tell you what, because he actually is like a very devoted, would you like to roll an intelligence check for me, please, Richard, for Oceanus, using Oceanus' stats? Oh wow. Apparently he is a very stubborn student.
He's stupid.
So we'll say that he's going to get started but it's going to be very rough, and he's not going to be happy, and he's going to act like a petulant child the whole time he's busy learning. So while you guys are busy training and expanding your minds and that, he's just running around like a sullen teenager bitching about having to learn crap, even though he wanted to do it. And it costs 25 gold pieces per work week, so...
I was kind of tempted to use 20M inspiration for that, but fuck it.
Well, you could if you want.
No, but I know my luck, and if I do that, it's still not going to be great, so let him suffer.
Well, listen, if you roll a 12, it's going to be a +1 bonus, so that means it's going to be -1 week, which means it's going to be minus 25 gold.
Yeah.
So, it's your choice. You could use it and maybe get a higher roll, or not use it and save it for yourself for when it might be very useful.
Yeah, I think I'll save it for something more useful.
Alright, so it's going to cost you the full 250 gold pieces. So if you're splitting the cost 2 ways, 125 gold pieces each.
Cool.
Mickey, are you sorted?
Yeah.
Peter?
Yes, I just changed my... I had to do it manually. My unarmed strike
Yeah?
from a D4 to a D6.
But you got it sorted.
Yeah,
Cool.
just right-click, clear, add D6.
Awesome.
I should have added D20.
No. So who has not ticked?
Me.
Because you're still picking spells.
Yeah, which one should I take?
Like I say, you can do that. He's already got to that one, I think.
You just drag them all over though.
No, not with sorcerer.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay, 4. There are 4 left. Counter spell. Okay, 2 left. Fuck it. Counter spell or psionic blast.
What's the damage of Psionic Blast?
5d8 force damage, 30-foot cone.
Counter spell can come in handy.
So
Sonic
force
Blast
damage.
is Sonic Blast force damage.
Yeah.
A lot of things are resistant to that.
That's nice if something is immune to fire.
That's disgusting.
Oh, I get
Is that a stab? The fuck?
Just testing to make sure all the effects work.
YOLO.
Is that all effects you can do at once? Oh. Then I can just as well retire.
my eyes are burning.
Everyone does this. My biggest damage is this.
Don't worry, I give
Yeah,
that.
but you get to attack 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I have an extra attack now, so I can do 1d8 twice, and then I can do the flurry of blows is 3, which is d6s. I can do that a few times,
I can
Yeah,
support
so-
people.
but
Cool.
I burn a key point every time I do it. So I
Alright,
need
you
to
guys.
smoke more weed.
So basically, what's going to happen now is you guys are going to go to chatty to the Dukey Dukey.
I hide.
Give me a stealth roll, Siren, since you're hiding behind people.
Yeah. Ah, that's fine.
So, as you guys make your way, I assume during the same... I've already done Bim's HP.
It still says 7 here
It does?
on the combat tracker.
Yeah, the combat tracker doesn't automatically adjust, but
Oh. Ta-da!
of course it's not a linked
Yeah.
thing.
Alright, it's fixed. So you guys basically, the same day you get the message, you guys are going up to see the Duke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. I just realized something. I'm missing a note. 2 seconds. Where's my damn book? Oh shit. Sorry folks, please be patient. The DM has lost his shit. I think I've gone and put something on top of it. Aha! Alright. So, as you make your way up to the ducal castle, again you see this heavy military presence, you see the walls are manned. You also notice a couple of other things, those scorch marks and things that had marred the walls and made them darker. Some of them, somebody's made an effort to try and scrub them, to try get the stone looking a little bit cleaner, but in general it's like a small little patch, maybe 10 feet, that has been done. So it's just like brings more attention to how dirty the rest of the walls are. As you are led in, you see that there are not as many of the normal courtiers and things around in that waiting chamber that you waited in last time. There are no common folk here. Everybody around you is somebody of means. It's either noblemen or wealthy merchant lords, and there is definitely a heavy presence. You see several knights loitering around. Whether those knights are like landed nobles or if they're just knights, like cavalry members in the employ of the Duke, you're not certain. Though some of them you do see, in addition to the Duke's coat of arms, they are also wearing like shields, for example. They've got shields near them that have their personal devices on. But once again, you're not certain what the connection is. As you are waiting around, the good Lord Sharnvale, dressed in his long flowing black robes, his black skull cap, his bristly beard, he starts coming towards you, marching out of the ducal chambers, the audience chambers, the heavy butt of his staff thudding as he comes towards you, and he gives you a slight nod as he says, "The Duke has been expecting you. Follow me." And he swirls with his robes and starts stomping back into the audience chamber, not looking back, just naturally assuming that you will fall and step behind him. Do you do so?
Yeah.
Just before we do so, I'm going to cast a spell.
Whoosh.
Okay. Wish? No.
No, I say wish because he had a fancy cape.
Oh, whoosh. Not
Whoosh.
wish.
Yeah. Check my character sheet. Last spell.
Last one. Let me open it. It looks so funny with all these hands now. So you would have done that before getting into this place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very well.
Can we see Beirut doing something funny? Or is he just funny as normal?
You would definitely notice him playing with a piece of string, possibly, and a bit of wood, and mumbling something under his breath.
So he's acting like normal.
If you are proficient on Arcana, you can make me an Arcana check.
No, I'm not. But that sounds like Beirut. Playing with string and mumbling something.
Weird shit.
Yes.
Alright, so...
Nobody doing an Arcana check on me. Oh, cool.
You want someone to do it?
There's only one person that's proficient.
That's probably me, ain't it?
That's true.
Sure, I'll do it. Just to give you peace of mind.
Okay,
Oh
Siren,
my word.
I'm gonna whisper this to you.
Okay. Seeing as I'm in the back, it kind of makes sense that I catch all of this.
I'm just gonna use my vicious quarterstaff as a walking stick.
I still hide.
Alright, so as you're brought into the audience chamber, again, the same thing. There are not many people in here. You notice some familiar faces. Again, you see old Applegate standing close to the Duke, whispering to another gentleman who you do not recognize. You see Lord Redford is there, and the Duke is currently busy reading something. He seems to have, like, on this ducal throne, there's like an attachment that has been put across his lap. That's sort of like a writing desk, a mobile writing desk. And he's sitting there, and he has some documents. One is in his hand, and you see he's checking something below. But he looks up as he hears the approaching thudding of Sean Vale's heavy staff on the flagstones of the hall. And he motions to a servant to take this desk away. And he stands up, and he takes a couple of steps down from the dais, but he does not get to the actual floor. He's standing on the very last step. And he puts his hands on his hips, and he says, "You have returned victorious, apparently, from your little expedition with the dwarves. Little birdie told me that you've come away quite wealthy as well."
Not enough.
You're lucky that this was done before you had your official paperwork. And he motions with his hand, and you see old Sean Vale grab some of the papers from that table that this page is busy holding off to the side. These have been folded, and you see it has a red piece of wax that has a ducal stamp on it, and he bows and hands it to the Duke, and the Duke, holding it in his hand, he says, "These are your official papers. I suggest you put them somewhere safe. If you are ever approached by one of my ships, or should I say the Navy of Kierland, you will be provided, or your ship already has, a special unique flag that you are to raise that will identify you as one of my personal privateers. This document, if you are pressed by officials who will not take any other answer, you may provide them this document and they will break the seal. It will work only once, but these are your letters of marque. These letters give you legal justification for hunting down any pirates that you find in Kierland's waters. And if I'm to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind if you clean up the waters that's outside of our territorial claims as well. Just make sure that you don't go picking any fights in Sea Prince territory. If you are caught there, these papers will do you no good. In fact, it is probably a very surefire way to get yourselves hung.
Oh, neat.
So consider it a blessing and a curse in some ways, depending on where you find yourselves. The terms are, as usual, 50%. Any bounty that you take from these pirate vessels, 50% of it will be paid over as taxes. This is to pay for the costs of the marines and the various upgrades that have been done to your ship in the king's name. But I have another task for you. And I'm sure you will agree that you are in my debt. You may have heard there has been an increase in pirate activity. You will have noticed, no doubt, that the fleet is out on patrol. We have already destroyed several vessels, including a bunch of smugglers that had apparently been awaiting friends near Saltmarsh. Their ship is now resting at the bottom of the Azure Sea. But there is an unusual tale. I need you to investigate something for me. You have most likely heard about it in your travels, or at least seen it on a map somewhere. You have heard of Abbey Isle? Yes? No? Maybe?
No,
I don't believe I
No.
have.
no.
It's just to the southwest of Saltmarsh. It's not a very large island. It's mostly unapproachable as it's surrounded by steep cliffs. There are a few easier paths, but no large ships can really get near it. One of my patrols came across 3 pirate vessels anchored just offshore. Apparently, some of their number had made landfall. A battle ensued, and the ships were sunk. My captains sent some marines to the shore, but could find no sign of them. In fact, when they attempted to penetrate the interior of the island, the sands themselves came alive with some sort of undead monstrosities. And as he's saying this, he looks purposefully at you, Carcarius and Cyan. I know that some of your group are clerics. What is of concern to me is there is another outpost on that island, an abbey of sorts, though we haven't heard anything from them. It is my fear that the abbey has perhaps been ransacked by these pirates. I require you to go and investigate. You are to leave immediately.
Well, that we can do. I mean, if there's an abbey in trouble, we'll definitely help it out.
Aren't we doing downtime?
No, you will be doing downtime, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm just saying we'll say this happens at some point during your training, or just near the end of your training. But he says you are to hunt down any of the escaped pirates on the island as well. I want them to be made an example of. In addition to finding out what happened to the clerics, I need you to scout the island to some degree. Make sure there's no other pockets of unrest or anything. It's a little bit, like I said, we have not actually had much contact with the Isle, and its current status is unknown to us. But I would very much like to build a secondary outpost there. A lightpost. Let me try that again. A lighthouse is one of my ideas I'm toying with. The other idea, because of its defensive nature, is to build some sort of small keep or fortress on the Isle, and perhaps change or try to find a safer reef or some sort of manner for ships to dock with the Isle and use it as a resupply outpost for any future campaigns against the Sea Princes. This is in accordance with the King's wishes, of course, but mostly it's because I would dearly love to remove every single one of the scum from the seas. Do you accept this commission?
Well, I'll look around at everyone. Anyone got objections?
I think it's a good idea. It'll make the sea safer for the sailors.
No more offerings. I'm fine.
Ostrom is always pleased.
If you accept, I will also sweeten your purses with 2,000 gold pieces if you are successful.
I think that's fair.
Well,
No,
we
I'm
as
not
much
gonna
as
object.
we'll welcome that, but I mean, they were doing this for the good. But yes, thank you.
He says one of the surviving Marines who managed to get off of the island is currently in Seaton recovering from his wounds. I suggest you make your way to him and have a bit of a chat with him. Perhaps he can offer you some additional insights from what he learnt while he was there. He's a gruff man, quite old, but a fierce fighter nonetheless. Easily recognizable by his red and yellow kilt. Do not laugh at him, he will kill you. His name is Major Ursa, and you can find him down at the mariners' quarters down near the docks. One last thing. And he calls Lord Redford over. And he says, "Is their ship ready? Fully stocked and ready to depart? Has it been allocated a portion of marines and sailors?" And Lord Redford nods his head, and of course, my liege, everything has been seen to as you wished. And he kind of takes a step back again, and then the Duke faces you all again, and he says, "I name you the King's privateers, and mine to a lesser effect, but you have been given this opportunity, and you have been given the ship, the Wave Piercer. I am told you have asked for its name to be changed. You will find it freshly painted, freshly outfitted, freshly manned down in the harbor. They are expecting you. The sergeant in charge of the Marines will meet you down at the docks when you are ready to depart. His name is Ives, Ives, if you want to make a note of it. And with that, the Duke says, return as quickly as you can. But remember, I want to know what's going on in that island. And if you find any pirate scum, remove them. You have my authority to use whatever force necessary."
Of course, Your Dukeliness.
I try my best to be so serious.
Yeah, but then you forget that we have Cyan.
Cyan, you feel a strange tickling sensation on your nearly bald pate.
No, I think at this point I've shaved it all off. So yes, it is a bit tender.
It feels more like something is softly caressing you.
I lean into it, like holds your face. I kind of like tilt my head into it.
Awesome. So, with that, I think
Wait, I'd like to whisper, like, kind of like upwards. I'd like to whisper, "Osprey."
Oh.
No.
Would anybody like to respond to that?
Nope. I'm
Because I
have
can't.
I'm gonna hang my head in shame.
The Duke has thankfully got his back turned to you while this is happening, heading back up towards his seat. And he turns around and he makes a gesture with his hands as if to say, "You are dismissed." And you start getting ushered out as something slaps you slightly. You assume in response to your questioning, Cyan.
Wait, where do they slap me?
On your head, same place.
I giggle.
So, alright guys, it is a little bit past past. I know that some of us have other things to do. I just want to say thank you very much guys for an absolutely awesome year. We are going to get right back into things in January sometime. I will confirm the dates with you guys. To everybody who's been listening in on the podcast and on the streams and that, thank you very much for your support as well. Of course, tell your friends and family about us. Just a shout out to everybody. Continue to be awesome, continue to be safe, and we will see you guys in 2021. Though, just as a slight addendum, there is a very strong possibility that we might run some sort of holiday-themed last Christmas module at some point between now and Christmas as well. I will announce it on Twitter and Facebook and, of course, on Twitch itself. So stay tuned. Thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you next week. I don't know if you guys want to say goodbye to everybody.
Bye-bye.
Just
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Good night.